Yeah. Okay. Let
Absolutely.
me pause this bad boy. Okay. All right.
All right.
So Stacey did her magic.
We have both been
Magic
F.I.X
F.I.X
coded.
coded. Right? Is that how you would say it?
Yeah, you've both been F.I.X coded. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, very
Yeah.
nice.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I have a
So
question.
yeah, fire
Um,
away.
is that something like we'll say that I feel or I can name like multiple things, like maybe I'm angry or I'm anxious or I'm feeling like sad. Can you do like multiple sessions like back to
Yeah,
back?
yeah. So, oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah. So one of the things that we offer on our website is a complimentary session, which is 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, you can actually do 2 or 3 codes. Okay. So that would be very cool, right? If you could not feel a couple of things at least
Yeah.
for free, right? Like it's totally complimentary because our goal is to share this with as many people as we can and help as many people as we can. So that is who we are. We pay it forward. We've got a team of people that literally are doing this for free. They
Mhm.
are they put their name, like they're on our website and they're doing this complimentary to like pay it forward. Okay. So everybody gets to try this if you want. Absolutely. And in a session, you can do, 1, 2, or 3 in a very quick period of time. Most of our sessions, once you're like in a package or you're on like a healing journey, that this is something you've chosen to do on your healing journey, we usually sell 15 or 30-minute packages because we can do so much in 30 minutes. Like you don't want to do more than that because
Mhm.
your body needs time to readjust to the new frequencies because you're no longer feeling angry. Well, that's going to take a minute for your all of those, we call them blowouts. So what's happening is that anybody that's interested in changing their neural pathways, this does this by default. It automatically changes the neural pathways because you no longer feel angry. All of those neural pathways that spoke for you, that all of your physical responses, all of your strategies and habits and belief systems that were created from, call it angry, okay, or disappointed, right?
Mhm.
You had a whole package of information that just spewed out of you the moment those things were triggered. Well, there's nothing to trigger now. There's nothing in there. So what happens is over like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's a day or two, where
Mhm.
those habits, those neural pathways, all of the content is trying to go through the neural pathways that had been there forever and were quite getting entrenched, right? They were getting deeper and deeper. Well, those neural pathways aren't there anymore. So the habits and strategies and language and physical body movements, everything keeps trying to like fire it off, but there's nothing there. And within a very short period of time, the habits, the strategies, the language, the all of it, the physical body, all of it, it all falls apart. It just disappears. So you might feel like your body's stuttering or your language is stuttering, which by the way, it totally will, because all of the stories that you said from anger, okay, because it was angry talking or disappointed talking, wasn't
Mhm.
you talking, because if you didn't feel disappointed, you wouldn't say that. And if you
Mhm.
weren't angry, you wouldn't behave like that. Okay.
Mhm.
Right. Where now nothing is going to trigger you into behaving that way or saying those things. You're going to be different. The people around you are going to notice because, oh my gosh, you're not angry, or oh my gosh, she's not disappointed.
Mhm.
And you're not even going to notice because you feel like you. When you feel disappointed or when you feel angry, it's not you.
Mhm.
You don't feel like you. You feel like crap. You feel horrible.
Yeah.
That's not how we were designed. So these things, as we start removing them from your physical body and your unconscious mind, all the programming that was created from these things also disappears. So if
Mhm.
anybody's out there studying habits and wants to change habits or decisions or strategies or whatever it is, this is the like you don't need to stand in front of a mirror for 30 days or whatever it is to create a new habit. How about we
Mhm.
just find the code, which today was angry and disappointed? Well, when we find the code, everything that was created from those things disappear. You don't have to go overriding habits, you just won't do it because the only reason you were doing it was because you felt that way. Well, now you don't feel that way. So you're not going to act like that. You're not going to say those kinds of things. You're not going to behave that way because it's not going to trigger you. There's nothing to trigger. There's nothing there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's an example. When you have a cold, right? When you've got the cold or a flu or something like that, it's a thing, right? It's in you. It's causing all this habit, right? It's causing all these symptoms, runny nose, vomiting, the whole thing. We know we've got a cold or we know we have a flu because of the symptoms that were being presented, right? When it's gone, so when we're in it, we feel like crap. We say things like, I just want to go to bed. I just want chicken noodle soup. I don't want to go to work. Okay. We say all of these things because that's the flu talking or the cold talking. My body aches. Okay. All these things because it's the thing that's causing all these problems. Now, when we feel better, this is the crazy part. And this happens with the F.I.X Code too, because a cold or the flu is not you, right? It's happening to you, but it's not you. Causes all sorts of language, habits, strategies, all sorts of things to deal with your cold. When the cold is gone, I now walk up to you and say a week later, like, man, you were sick last week. Like, are you feeling better? And this is what you do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was pretty sick last week. You can't feel it. You don't remember it. You're not talking like you're sick. You're not behaving like you're sick. You're not buying stuff because you are sick. Like, it's gone because the cold wasn't you. Okay. It's the same thing as these things. They're not you, but they have you talking in certain ways. They've got you saying all sorts of stuff that you would not say if you weren't feeling that way. Right.
Yeah.
So that's how your life changes when you bring this technique into your life, whether that is as a practitioner or whether that's as a client. It will change your life because everything that was created from that feeling is now gone. All your habits and strategies. So there's a lot of people out there right now taking changing your habits courses. They're taking strategy courses. They're taking belief, like how do I break a belief? And at the F.I.X Code, we're saying, let's just find what's causing all of it, which is one word, which is a feeling, which if I ask you the magic question, you're going to answer. And then we remove it. And you will watch how your life changes because all of your habits disappeared. The belief systems that were created from that feeling or fear also disappear. So you might change your mind on some things, like whatever that may be, but you might change your mind because you're not afraid of it anymore. Like, so here's a interesting example. You're not afraid. So you've got a fear of falling. Okay. Do you know how many things you're not going to do because of that fear? And as you get older, you're going to get less and less active. You're going to do all sorts of things to stop living your life the way that you used to. Okay.
Right.
Now you're not afraid of falling anymore. Guess what? Now all of a sudden you're taking up biking. You're going to the gym. You've decided to take an adult gymnastics class. Wow, you just joined the circus. Like you don't care because you're not afraid of falling anymore. Right? And now, yeah, that's right. Exactly. Because you can. You're not afraid of falling anymore. So now life all of a sudden is totally different. All of your opportunities are now very vast.
Yeah.
And all it was the fear of falling. You got to be kidding me. Like
Yeah.
I won't go to that store, which I know has got my most perfect prom dress, but it's on the third floor and I won't go up. I'm afraid of falling. So now you don't go and get the prom dress you want.
Right.
Right. So everything, life starts to get very small. And I feel like that's where many, many people are right now. Our lives are getting smaller and smaller in the time of expansion. We've waited 26,000 years for this expansion and everybody's getting smaller and smaller because of these things. So as we start to remove these things, we get to expand everything. Our lives, our hearts, our minds, because we can. We're not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anything. And if I am, I do an extraction.
That's cool.
What was that? Yeah.
Like now you can expand. I have a question. Well, I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
So, this is, in my opinion, this sounds like it's very, not the same thing, but it's kind of like in the same wheelhouse as like hypnotherapy, or something like that, right? Like a guided meditation where you really have to be like present or in tune enough with yourself to get there, like to get to your subconscious or to let your subconscious even answer the question. So for
Mhm.
people that are like major like trauma survivors or people that are just
Yeah.
like completely blocked, don't remember the thing.
Yeah.
Or for patients that maybe suffer from PTSD or bipolar, where
Mhm.
it is a little bit of like a chemical imbalance as well.
Mhm.
How does this play in to those, I guess, conditions or those things?
Yeah.
Things.
So, and I can answer this from experience. I've worked with many bipolar, and there isn't one of them now on any medication at all. And I had many clients on lithium, and they've come off of it because what was happening with bipolar is they were swinging the swing between, okay, between the two parasitic programs waking up were so extreme. So they're like in total terror here, and then they're in like, so they're like way up here for one and way down here for another. And the swing is so big that it happens so fast. So as I started to work with them and I saw this swing again, I didn't know a thing about bipolar, and I still really don't. I only know it from my perspective of how I use the F.I.X Code with it. And I also did not know that these clients were bipolar. I don't ask those questions. It's none of my business. I don't ask about medication or any of those things. So, and nor will anybody that works with us, because it's none of our business. Is I ask the magic question. So with somebody with bipolar, they're either going to be up here or they're going to be down here. So let's pretend they're down here right now, and we work and we keep lightening them up. So it's everything from like sad, depressed, like feeling depressed, feeling sad, feeling hurt, feeling abandoned, feeling not good enough, not worthy, like all this piled on down stuff, right? And we start lifting this and lighting this up. And all of a sudden they would swing up here because they're feeling lighter. So now they're like, woo, and they're way up here. And now they can't come down. So now we start working away at this layer and we start bringing them down a little bit. Okay. And then, oh, now they fall down here. Okay. Now we do more extractions and we bring them up. And all of a sudden they become quite balanced because there's no swing anymore. They're not way up here or way down here. They're like in here and very manageable, and they have access to the F.I.X Code. So it doesn't matter how they were feeling or where they're at. They can call and remove the horrible feeling that they're feeling in the moment and calm down. Okay. Or get lifted, like whichever one they needed in the moment. I didn't know any of this was happening in the sense of I just kept doing the work because I was learning. I didn't and again, I didn't know anything about bipolar. I didn't know anything about post-traumatic stress. I didn't know any of those things. It's not my industry. It wasn't my industry. I worked with 4-year-olds playing, in a gymnastics club. Like that was my business at the time. So I was fascinated when I found out much, much later how much this technique had helped them because they had actually been institutionalized for a long time, or they were out, they were now on their own, and they were on 9 different medications or whatever, and now they're not. They're now down to one, and it's like, oh, okay. Like I would never say any of that. Like I would never get involved in anybody's medical world, but I just showed up every day and did my work and did this technique. So now post-traumatic stress, I had it. I had post-traumatic stress. Not that I knew that was the label, but holy crap. I relived that one night every day, all day. The only time in my day that I didn't know or remember that event was right as I was waking up in the morning. And it was like I hadn't remembered yet, right? I hadn't remembered that night. I lived in that hell night every single day, all day, with an infant, with a 2-year-old, with a 3-year, like it was every single day I lived that night because I lost everything that night.
Mm.
And there was so much to handle and to cope with. And when I met Daniel, that changed. I was able to one by one let it go, let it be gone, not think about it anymore, not relive that night over and over again. So again, not that I knew I was going through post-traumatic stress. I had no idea, and probably baby blues and the whole thing. This technique, without me knowing what it was doing, was helping me. was stopping the stories. It wasn't, I didn't relive the day again and again and again, or that night again and again every day. So it stopped the post-traumatic stress. I stopped thinking about it because the only reason I was thinking about it was because of all the things that night created. The terror, the fear, the loss, the confusion, the like all of it. So as Daniel started to work this through with me, like every single code, it became less and less and less to the point where I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot that night ever happened. I mean, I know it happened, but it's not now coming up for no reason. And that's what post-traumatic stress is the memories come up for no reason. They're just constantly coming up and you can't get out of the loop. This technique stops the loop instantly. And I'm going to ask you to right now, because you've both tried this now. So let me ask you, can you think of anything in your past right now that when you think about it makes you feel angry? Anything?
No. Well, you know, it's there. it's just
Yeah,
not-
that's why I like, I would understand why I would be angry.
Right.
But
But
Yes.
the anger feeling
yeah, I don't
doesn't.
feel like that, like ragey, like
Yeah.
that,
Right.
like we're saying, I don't feel that.
Right.
Mhm.
So how cool is that?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. I think Rebecca and I are a little cynical in that instance.
That's awesome.
Kind of we just like are waiting for the bottom to fall out. Like, oh yeah, that's fine, but like, what about tonight or tomorrow? I think both of us are kind of. So the last like follow-up
So-
question that I would have. Oh, go ahead.
So this is awesome because again, I'm trained to hear what's going on. So when we close this podcast, I will do with both of you. Let me ask you. I'll ask you in this way, and you say yes or no. Can you, either one of you, can you think of anything in your past that when you think about it makes you afraid of the bottom falling out?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything.
Oh, okay. So how about we do a game changer when we close this podcast? I will do that fear with you, with both of you, and you will never ever fear the bottom falling out again. Now, this is really cool because this particular fear, you build and build and build your company. You build and build and build relationships. You build and build and build, and the whole time you're afraid every good thing that's happening, the bottom's going to fall out. So guess what happens? The bottom falls out because the energy that you're sending to the universe, or the frequency that you're in, is the fear of the bottom falling out. So guess what happens? We get exactly what we think about in the frequency that we're thinking it in. Okay. Because it's a frequency. So we're sending the message of, oh, this is what I want, or this is what I'm expecting the bottom to fall out. So the universe lines everything up perfectly to make sure the bottom falls out. So when I learned that, which was a long, long, long time ago before manifesting and all that kind of stuff came out, it's like, wait a minute, if I'm in a certain frequency, that's the frequency I'm going to live in. And that's the shit that's going to keep happening to me. So yeah, I want this gone because I don't want this to keep happening. I'm done this loop of failure or the bottom falling out or because as builders, as creators, as all of the things that you guys are doing, if you're both afraid in business as partners of the bottom falling out, guess what? One of you is building and then the other one's afraid of it falling out and then the reverse. So with this gone, you're going to start building as you always do, but you're actually going to move the needle here because the bottom isn't going to keep falling out.
Thank God.
Right? Yeah.
We're gonna have
So
to.
this is this is where life starts to really change because we're going to do something that's you're both going to see, you're both going to reap the benefits because you're no longer going to be afraid, combined afraid that the bottom's going to fall out. Because that's the frequency you're living on. You're both living on. You're afraid of it. So you do everything. Imagine the strategies and the habits and the belief systems that you both have created to make sure every single day the bottom doesn't fall out. Oh my God, the stress of that. You have got so many things in place because of the fear. Now we remove the fear and all of that exhausting time that you guys put all of these things into place to make sure nothing falls apart. What you're going to come out of this with is, if it doesn't work or if it doesn't happen, I think it was meant to be. And what a totally different shift in life. What a totally different template you're going to go forward with every single day. And you're going to walk by each other's office going, yeah, that fell through, kind of feels good. Not really sure if I wanted to be that, like, you're going to look at it completely differently. Life is going to change. I really can't wait to do this. But you did ask a fabulous question about hypnotherapy. Okay. Daniel's background, from the 1980, like one kind of thing, he this is a great story. He was a salesman. He owned like video stores back in you guys may be too young for that, but there's like old fashioned video stores where we actually had to go and get our videos at a store. He owned a couple of those.
Okay, listen, thank you, I appreciate it, but listen, I definitely went to Blockbuster, okay, I'm aware, yeah.
Okay. So he owned those kinds of stores, right? And there was like a pizza place in the back, like you could, grab your pizza, your movie, the whole thing. Like the guy was smart. So he, in the 1980s, there was this guy that nobody had ever heard of, and he was doing this sales kind of conference thing. And if you want to learn some really cool stuff about sales and this and that, come down. It was $80 to come to this weekend conference. And the guy's name was Tony Robbins. Like nobody knew this guy. Okay, nobody. Okay. And Daniel knew it. He's like, this guy's going to be a superstar. And he bought his ticket. I think it was $80, which back then was like an entire week of pay, but he wanted to go. So off he went to this Tony Robbins weekend event. And he sat in the front row, as a geek he is, with his notepad and the whole thing, just going for it. And at break, Tony Robbins walked over to Dan and said, buddy, like you are on fire. Like you love this stuff. And he's like, tell me more. Like I want to know everything. And Tony Robbins said to Daniel, what you need to do is you need to become a master in NLP, and you need to become a master hypnotherapist. Now, this was for sales, not for anything other than that. So what did Daniel do? He went and found an NLP course, which he actually took and became one of the students of the guys that created NLP. Like way back when with the creator. And he's absolutely a master at NLP. And he also took hypnotherapy, and he did study under somebody big, the hypnotherapy. Now he did that for fun for like 20 years, actually like 25 years. He was enjoying all of the unconscious mind stuff. He was always into sales, like really, loved every minute of all of it. And he became very, very good at it. But he never had a private practice in that way, but because he had other stuff. He was an entrepreneur. He was doing other things, but he always worked with people, always. And then in 2000, I think it was 5, he had a life-changing event happen to him, and we call it the blue light story. And he kind of feels like at the time he felt in this moment, actually, he felt like he had nothing to live for, nothing. Like everything he knew was gone, destroyed, corrupted, backwards, wrong, all of it. So he was lying in his bed going like, why bother? Like, what's the point of all of this? And as he got up to what he says, I don't know what I was going to do in the bathroom, but I was going to the bathroom, I think, to end my life. I'm not really sure, but he didn't, obviously. But when he got into the hallway, something happened. It's like he walked into this very thick air, like jello, and it got very, very quiet. And then he heard a sound, and it was like, zzz. And he looked up, and it was like a Stargate, like a ring of electricity, Stargate. And it went like this, zzz, and it scanned his body and went through the floor. He went back in his room, got dressed, and started his day, which he hadn't gotten out of bed in like weeks. So all of a sudden, like something happened to him. Over time, he started to see these things in people's spaces, bothering them, changing their faces, their body language, their language out loud. Like it was like he would, if any of your listeners are Stargate fans, it was like these things are like ghouls. They are in people, they are attached to the spinal cord, they wake up and they take over the person. So the person actually has no memory of what they've said, what they've done, all of these things. Like this thing took over a human host. That's kind of what these things are doing, these parasitic programs. And he could see them in people all the time, sad, hurt, betrayed, all of these things. And he's like, what is happening? Well, how am I seeing these things? Because he could see them move. And like he could see them being woken up and triggered. Like what? And he would go to the mall and watch this happen, like studying it. I met him 3 years later. No, sorry. I met him in 2010. I met him 5 years later. And he had put the F.I.X Code together from the foundation of NLP and hypnotherapy, because he had that kind of like structure in his head. It's like, well, that works. But what he'll say to this day is like, yeah, NLP's got some of it right. Hypnotherapy's got some of it right. But one of the reasons it doesn't work as effectively as it should is because they're missing all this stuff, which is what he put in, which is what he figured out. And from the blue light story, he became very, very connected to what he calls source, like crazy connected. And so he started asking questions, and source started answering. So he started to get all of these incredible downloads of knowledge, ancient knowledge, we call it, that allowed him to really, really create this technique that, like I said, I have kicked the crap out of this thing, trying to make it break or change or whatever. And it's flawless. Like it's pretty incredible. So yes, it does have a foundation in NLP, and it does have a foundation in hypnotherapy. So anybody that is studying those will love this, because they'll see the spots in this work that work in NLP, but the rest doesn't. Like they're, like it's like they were just ahead of their time. Like they hadn't figured it all out yet. That's all. Like, yeah. That's all. So, it's like we used to cook on fire, and now we've got a microwave. Or actually, I just learned about an air fryer. Like that, I'm having a love affair with an air fryer. So it's like, 5 years ago we couldn't have seen an air fryer. 20 years ago we couldn't have imagined a microwave. So that is what is happening in the healing world. It's like everything's moving now really fast, and it needs to, because there's, I don't know how many billions of people on this planet that need help now. And so we feel like we're part of the charge of that, where the more people that learn how to do this, the more people we can help. Like it's just going to be like that,
Yeah, it grows.
And yeah, absolutely. So the more kind of, warriors we have out there killing these things, eliminating these things in people, then we're gonna make it. We are on the right path.
Good. Cool. So as we
Yeah.
like wrap up, Stacey, where can people find more, like if they want to be a part of this community, if they want to learn how to do this, if they wanna, or just continue the practice within themselves?
Sure. So we have the fixcode.com, and right when you pop onto that page, you can put in your email and your name and your email, and pop over, fill out the it's called like a questionnaire, which is basically the magic question, and you just tick stuff off, go through it. On the last page, it's going to say submit or book. No, it's going to say book here. Click the book here, and you're going to be transported over to a practitioner page, and you can align yourself, like you can have a couple, you can try a couple of different people, of course, that's the point. And they will ask you the magic question, they'll do the work with you. And if you want to become a practitioner, let them know, because they'll then guide you through like getting signed up. And it's an online training, so everybody gets to do it at their own pace. You will be connected with a mentor that will move you through that's there for you at any time. You also get phenomenal amount of healing, personal healing, when you sign up, because we heal the healer first, and then we go forward. But you always have your course. You can do that at your own pace. It's a big, beautiful course, that's for sure. And but I really love the healing part. And then you're just part of the community, and all sorts, like all sorts of amazing things. And you can move towards certification or not. You have a lot of people that are like, I don't want to be certified. I just want to learn this for my family and friends and myself. So that's one portion of who we are. And then there's another portion at the Ashbury Center, which is kind of like my other part of my world, which is where I've brought the F.I.X Code to life, where I've put it into, I've applied it in all sorts of really fun ways, like breaking out of the maze, which is called Beyond Amazing. We've got Passion to Purpose right now is $29 for the course, and then you back it up with a practitioner, which I think is $2.99 if you want. You don't have to go that deep into healing, but we've got all sorts of really fun courses, like what's the other ones? The Bridge to Your Authentic Self. Like, what's stopping you from like being you? What is stopping you from really living that life that is you? And Spiritual Cleanse is absolutely dynamite. It's I did a class of 8 weeks, So in the spiritual cleanse, it's all about like clearing the chakras and really like the deep wounds, like the deep ones. And every course that I've done, I was going through it while I was teaching it. I was as
Mm.
I was going through this. So it's raw, it's real, it's vulnerable, and everything is backed. Like I said, you can take the course, but what you really want to do is back it up with a practitioner so that, and they'll go through the course with you. They will go through all of the extractions, and what you will learn and how you will find yourself in these courses is very profound. And everybody that's part of our team has taken these courses live with me. Like they were in it. We were all going through it. And they're fun and they're deep and they're clearing, and they will move you. If anybody's interested in timeline jumping, this is fun. Like this is what we do. We literally leave horrible frequencies behind. So really it's thefixcode.com, and then just go from there. Like just have fun going from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, like it's just like everybody try.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Love it.
awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm gonna share some weird animal facts because that's what we do,
That's
and
what-
then
yeah.
I'll sign us
Okay.
off, and then we'll chat after. So yeah,
Yeah.
so let me
I want to
get-
do those codes with you. I want to get rid of
Yeah.
those fears from you. Yeah.
Okay, thank God, because damn those things. Okay, so did you know? I didn't know some of these actually, which is weird because I always know all the weird animal things. But sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins, and I find that
Oh
fascinating.
wow.
Yeah. Did you also know though that dolphins are real? They are the only other mammal that will masturbate, and the way that they do it is they will find a mackerel fish and put it on and get. And I feel real bad for those mackerels. Yeah.
Wow, that took a turn.
Yeah, it did. You're welcome. Yeah.
There's Rebecca Sonnenberg.
And,
There she is.
and I've shown up for you all today.
Yes, there she is. Yeah.
A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance.
Yeah.
No, that makes total sense. And in honor of the elephant behind you, elephants can't jump, which I
Nope.
did not know. That's so sad. They're so big.
Yeah,
I mean,
she was really sad.
I
when
am
read her
sad about
She was
that.
like, what?
I know, because
I
I
was like devastated.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that I don't think they need to jump.
Yeah, I know to get where they need to be. Also, I just saw a video on baby elephants and how it takes them a long time to understand what their trunk is for.
Yeah.
So they like trip on it, or they'll like run it into things, or they'll like try to drink out. It's like a hot mess of shit.
you.
Yeah, it's me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a baby elephant for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all there is. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you, Stacey, so much for being with everybody today. Hope everyone learned
Thank you.
much. And our closing today is, do you remember it? Because I never do. May your healing journey irritate the fuck out of everybody. It should.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. I don't think that's quite it, but it was
Close enough. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us on What in the Actual Mental
you.
Health. Thank you, Stacey. You're amazing. And I'll put all of your
Thank
stuff
you.
in our bio stuff too. And everybody go away so we can work on our shit.
Woo!
Let's do it.